going to be reviewing a Veto ProPac. I use this as I'm a service plumber mostly. I do a little bit of remodels and stuff, but I really like sticking with service. So it's good to have like a nice little service bag that's kind of small. You walk up to the door and at least you got a little bit of everything. If you want to troubleshoot, diagnose, or just take something apart real quick, you don't have to run back out to the van and grab the tools. So I try to carry this in with me whenever I go in, take a look at a job. It's the Veto TP4B. And I like it. I've been using it for a few months now. I just like the fact that it's flat. You know, you can set it down, and you know, depending on how you have it loaded out, it can be a little top heavy where, you know, it may want to try to, you know, if somebody bumps it, it may want to try to lean forward, but you know, it rarely does that. And even if it does, I don't lose a whole lot of tools because they don't really come out of the pockets as easy. You know, if it leans over, I mean, some stuff will come out, but not, you won't have a big old mess on your hands. I like carrying these little shears. These things work pretty nice. Knipex 9505, 155. Great for cutting open clamshell packaging and stuff. It can be frustrating, but it works pretty well. Got this this little guy not too long ago. I like it. It's really good if you're trying to unscrew angle stops underneath the toilet or lavatory, sink, whatever. Perfectly sized, so it just slips right over that angle stop and just turn it, and it bites on, holds on real good. You can hold back up with another pair of channel locks if you got a copper nail sticking out of the wall, or a half-inch galvanized nipple or something, so you don't turn it in the wall. Use these on water heater thermocouples and pilot assemblies, stuff like that. I like those. And these are good for tightening the actual supply line down to the angle stop. So I bought all these one at a time. I probably should have bought the set. I knew I just wanted to try them out first before I bought the whole set. But anyway, I'll end up buying the whole thing here before too long, I imagine. This little guy comes in handy too. Like, well, it's not very big, but if you're installing a shower valve, you just want to make sure, you know, if you don't have a lot of space to put a regular torpedo level. This works out pretty good. Stabila. Good brand. Carry these. These are really good for taking, disconnecting the water heater flexes. I just like it because instead of carrying around, you know, a crescent wrench, the way these things work, you don't have to mess with that adjuster on a crescent wrench or adjustable wrench, whatever they're calling them now, and you get so much more purchase on this whenever you're clamping down on a fitting. The way these things work, man, the leverage is unreal. Those Germans are very, very smart when they engineer these tools, and they're proud of them too. So they're not cheap, but you know, these are tools. If you're a professional, this is what you do every day. Might as well, you know, buy once, cry once. That's the way I see it. I got the larger. I think these are the 12-inch Cobras comfort grips. These are pretty good. Clamping down stuff, unscrewing nipples and things like that. If you don't want to carry around a big old pipe wrench. This is probably my favorite. Love these screwdrivers. It's a PB Swiss. I like how they do the bits. You can actually hold them. They hold them in here. And you can carry what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 10 bits. And usually don't jump out like that. I think because I have one hand operating still. But you know, just do it like that. Boom, closes back up. And I love that ratcheting, the action on it. You can adjust it right here, so you forward and reverse. And the magnets on these tips, dude, they're very stout. You won't lose a bit out of that thing. Sometimes it gets annoying because that damn magnet's so powerful to pick up all kinds of crap with it. But it's a good quality screwdriver. That's one you keep forever. These things aren't cheap, man. But if you're a tool nerd like I am, I like buying nice stuff, and just, you know, it also helps you keep up with it. If you know you're dropping some big bucks on some tools, you don't leave them around like you used to, you know. You make sure you hang on to them. And this little guy here, I like this. It's a Philo ergonomic. I use this on no hub bands. Also, like the dishwasher drain connection at the disposal. Use this on there. It's got a real fine tooth ratchet mechanism on it. Right here. It's pretty good. I also like the fact that it articulates and it'll lock into place. Like, you hit this little button right here, they'll lock into, you know, 45, and of course, you know, you can go straight on with it. But these things are pretty handy. This here is made by Wera. It's the turbo screwdriver. Let's see, part number 826T, I think. My eyes are getting bad. But it's a 4-to-1, so when you turn this handle, the end of it will turn 4 times. So it's 4-to-1 ratio. And this thing, man, and you can lock it so that it won't turn, and it's just a static screwdriver. And then you can press that, and then it'll have the 4-to-1. You know, it's really good if you have those long-winded bolts that are covered for escutcheon plate covers for showers and stuff like that. If you got some really long bolts and that valve is roughed in pretty shallow, it can take a long time to unscrew those bolts. It might be 2 inches long, you know, 2.5 sometimes. But this will get it unscrewed pretty quick. Always carry a little voltage tester. It's cheap. Well, this one's not too cheap. It's a Fluke. I mean, you can get them a lot cheaper than this, but I like Fluke stuff. And then this Pica pencil. These things are nice. Replace the lead in there pretty quick, and it comes with an integrated sharpener in the bottom of this little deal here. And these little needle nose, they don't use them all the time, but you know, they do come in handy when you need them. Yeah, Knipex 3115 160s. And I like them because they're very, very slim profile, so you're able to get in really tight spots where some needle nose will frustrate you, because you can't get in there very far. Because the time you open them up, you can't open them too much because they're more bulky. But these are pretty good. I like these, and they got like there's really no teeth on them, so you can pull on stuff without worrying about marring or messing up a wire that you're trying to pull through for a disposal or something. This is handy too. This little this is the metric version. It's the bit check. If you're trying to take apart the remove the bottom skirt of a dishwasher, and you got all your little bits and sockets and stuff that you can access things with. And I like this little ratchet, man. This thing is bit ratchet. It is pretty cool. It's so small, but man, it comes in handy. And just set that like that, and then that just locks it back into place. And you get several, these little security torques, these work out pretty good in commercial settings. Ratchet socket adapter there, you just put your sockets on the end of that and put it in your ratchet. And it also comes with a little bitty screwdriver like that. And then the old standby Cobras, these are the 10-inch. Wanted these, man, for a long time, and I finally got them. I got rid of I didn't get rid of them. I had some band pliers that kind of perform the same function, but the way these work is if you got a flush screw or bolt that you can't get unscrewed because it's stripped out the head, these things, they just bite onto it. And I use these things too, man. They're engineered specifically for removing strip bolts, and they adjust. Let me see, sorry, I gotta get me some better camera stuff. So they adjust out pretty good ways. I think there's 4 or 5 different settings in there. And these are good. I like, you're doing water heater connections and you want to strip the wire back, and good for garbage disposal connections, stripping the wire and cut them. These things are pretty nice. And always keep a little, I just modified this. I just cut a hacksaw blade in half. Something that was small that could fit in my bag. Sometimes you gotta do a little flush cut on some PVC. And, or if you want to cut around the hub of a PVC pipe so you can chip a fitting off of the hub. Fitting off of the pipe. This will work, so you can, I'm probably not making sense, but if you're a service plumber, I think you'll know what I'm talking about. I love these old, when I'm roughing in shower valves, I just like these type of rulers. Just easier to hang on to, and it's got the little adjustable slide there, so you can fine tune your depth, your rough end depth of your shower valve. Had this for a long time. And I'm always needing my little cutters for something, my little rigid imps. So I just put them on this little carabiner. And then I've got little adapters and stuff I like to keep on these key ring things. And that way I've got stuff, if I need it, it's handy right there. Don't have to go back to the van. These are the Knipex Bix cutters. don't use them all the time, but man, when I need them, they sure are handy. Cut PVC, tubular, like flange tail pieces and P-traps that are tubular. They cut pretty dang well, very straight. And there's your little tooth right there. It's replaceable, and that comes with some spares. You access those, I believe. Yeah, you unscrew this little guy right here, and there's some spare blades behind it. And then it locks up like that, and it stays closed. I just like having a little bit of everything on my initial walk-in, you know, just trying to have as many tools at my disposal without having to make unnecessary trips, because that right there is a time killer, and when you're killing that time, you're killing your money. So always make sure you have, you know, just your bare necessities, a little bit of everything when you walk in, and you can get some stuff knocked out, may not even have to go back out to the van for anything, except to write the invoice. All right, and so I like to carry, of course I can't carry a big can of pipe dope, so I just buy these little mega locks, real good pipe dope, and I just keep it in that pouch, you know, and I keep my Teflon on here, my electrical tape. This is very handy, little silicone grease. You know, putting the O-rings and stuff back on, you know, making a repair on a faucet, or repairing backflow assemblies, pressure vacuum breakers and stuff like that. This little silicone grease, it's FDA approved. So, you know, you got to make sure whatever grease you're using is FDA approved if you're using it on potable water, because, you know, people are going to be drinking, you know, using it for food prep and stuff, so you don't want a bunch of hazardous chemicals into their water supply. Carry just a little bit of sandcloth. Let's see what else I got here. Yeah, a little disposal tool. That's handy. And my Moen cartridge puller. Love this little thing right here, man. It's good for pulling the old style Moens and the new pressure balance cartridges. These things are, these are the original. These are made by Moen. This is the real heavy product. It's really nice. You can get the knockoff. They're kind of like a cast aluminum, but this is, I believe this is, might be stainless. I mean, this stuff it's heavy. It's a good tool. You know, if you're a service plumber and you're working on residential stuff, this is the way to go. And I keep a couple of these. I got one in my bag here, and then I got in my big Veto bag. Just handy insulated lineman pliers. Yeah, that's all I got in the front pocket. And this right here, that's good for scraping bowl wax and cleaning caulk off the toilets. Let's see. Yeah, that pretty much covered. Oh, little reamer. It's always good to carry a reamer. Cleaning copper stuff. It's good. Sheetrock Saw. I got another one in my other bag. That fits in there pretty good. But this Veto bag, man, I really like it. It's not cheap, but it's very strong, very well made. I like the handle on it. And then it has a little clip on the back too, in case you need to, you know, if you need both your hands for something and you're walking around. I know it's kind of heavy, but every once in a while I may need it just to kind of clip onto my pocket so that I could use both my hands for something. When I'm walking, I don't use it too often, but when I do need it, it's very handy. But that's pretty much the long and short of it. So, you know, if you want a small service bag, like you can see all the tools I fit in there. That's quite a bit of stuff, you know. So the little initial, you know, your first walk-in service bag when you're going to a customer's house, it's good to have a little bit of everything. Save on trips, and customer, when they look at you, when you're walking in, you've got nice little setup. You're not carrying all your stuff around in a big old bucket, or have some rusty old dirty tools and everything. They feel more confident in you because they can see that you actually want to take care of your stuff and you got your stuff organized and you're not having to make a bunch of unnecessary trips, and they have more confidence in you and they feel like you're worth what they're about to pay you. So just keep that in mind, all my service plumbers that are new to the industry. But that's just about it on this guy. I've got another service bag, a new one that I bought for testing equipment, and I'll probably do a video on that one here shortly. But it's pretty basic, but it's good for if I'm trying to troubleshoot tankless water heaters and things of that nature. I like to carry this bag. The other bag I'll do a video on kind of helps out with the process. But anyway, I will be talking to y'all soon. Thank you.